Right now I'm demoing how I show my students how to create the paper rolls for the Modular Sculpture. So I already have some pre-cut newspaper, and then I show them to experiment starting at the corner and then rolling the roll and then moving the pencil out gradually. Having a little glue here. In this one I'm demoing the hot glue, but in another one I'll demo the white glue. So it's important to move the pencil out gradually because it is difficult to get the pencil out if you don't move it gradually. It gets stuck in the middle. So yeah, the pencil's stuck in the middle. So I roll it up a little bit in the corner. Move the pencil out gradually. I also show them they could start at the edge, but sometimes it's just more difficult to get that roll started. I think it's faster to do it at the corner. So encourage your students to make maybe at least 20 rolls before they get started on assembling the modules. All right, I've just finished creating about 20 of these paper rolls, and now I'm going to start constructing modules. So modules are shapes, different parts that can be rearranged, and they're made of the same material. So I just thought about going with some basic shapes, like I've made some triangles, and I just started putting them together. I was thinking about doing a triangle stacked sculpture and then having it kind of veer off to one side to create some asymmetrical balance. So I encourage my students to make at least 10 modules, so 10 different pieces before they start assembling, right? So I got 2 here. That will be 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I've got 7, 8, 9 pieces. Now these are squares that I was thinking about assembling in a triangle shape. So now I need 1 more. And your students are going to find some really, really interesting ways to connect these modules. I'm kind of doing this Lincoln log stacked approach, where I'm just stacking the pieces, and notice how I've pre-cut them so they're all the same size. Gonna let that one dry. I've seen students bend a roll, and then sometimes they'll stick pieces into it and fold it and turn it and bend it that way into a shape if they wanted the shapes to be flat. So there's like a whole bunch of different ways. You want your students to experiment. You don't want to tell them this is the way you're supposed to do it. I really like leaving this project open-ended. You know, you could show them a couple of different ways you would do it, but ultimately, this project is about solving and achieving balance. Your students are going to run into problems where the weight of the sculpture, it might be getting too heavy on the top, so they might have to go back in and add supports on the bottom, which is actually a fun design challenge. And you know, you can warn them of this, that they need to really create a solid base. All right, so I've got my rectangles, I've got all 10 modules, and I'm going to start putting them together. I'm thinking of using these squares or rectangles to make a triangular base. Okay, now I'm just going to glue these together, but I might find that I have some weight issues later, and then I can always go back in and re-attach the bond to make it a little bit stronger. I just think the most important thing you can do is encourage. I like to give that criteria, have at least 10 modules before you start connecting. Sometimes students will get frustrated when they know they have to go back to step 1 and remake more paper rolls. So making sure they have at least 10 gives them a place to start. In this video, I'm demoing how to make modules using straws. So I don't know if the straws are easier or harder. The only thing that's easy about them is that they're already rolled up and you can just start building. So in this module, you just kind of have to tuck the end of the straw and crimp it so that it fits inside the other end. And from there I can always adjust the bend.